Hey everyone, thanks for clicking. In this video, I'm going to show you how to rebuild the Petcock on your old Honda, specifically this CL350, but a lot of older bikes are very similar. And to do that, I'm going to use a couple tools I'll show you all about. An ultrasonic cleaner, and then I'm actually going to use my blast cabinet as well as my, my solvent cleaner. So stick around, maybe you'll pick some tips up that you can use on your bike. Thanks. Alright, I got the shop door open. It's a nice lovely day. And I'm working on the CL350 here real quick. So I need to start off, among other things, just one random thing to start off with. I need to rebuild the Petcock here. It turns, it's grimy, but you just know after so many years of sitting that it's going to be bad. And it's still dripping a little bit of varnished fuel, and it's just, it just stinks. So I'm gonna go ahead and disassemble this, and I'll put it in my my solvent cleaner, my solvent tank, for just a minute. And then after that, I'm actually gonna go ahead and use my soda blaster, which I have baking soda in, and that'll really get this thing cleaned up. And then from there, I'll probably put it in my ultrasonic cleaner. So few steps here, but you know, it's gonna make it look almost brand new. And then you can see I have a replacement some replacement rubbers here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on it. Okay, so I've been getting my blast cabinet set back up. I haven't used this thing since probably, September at the latest. So I just needed to kind of clean it, clean the plexi. Quick rundown though. This is just a super cheap Harbor Freight blaster. I got it used for like 50 bucks. Even had sand in it because a guy used it once. It's not that nice. I've had to replace the plexi in it because you know they get cloudy. So anyway, I had sand in it when I first got it, and it was okay, but I don't know, it just wasn't really working for what like the majority of stuff I was working on was. So I actually filled it with baking soda. You can just buy a big old 50-pound bag of it in at Harbor Freight. So the baking soda, I mean, you guys know what this stuff is like. It's a little bit grainy, and it's just gentle enough. Hang on. That guy's a trooper. He rides every day when it's 5 degrees outside, icy, night, doesn't matter. Anyway, the baking soda is soft enough to where it doesn't actually take any material away. So it's going to be really good on parts like this. Especially aluminum parts like carburetors. So that's where I mainly use it at. I like to blast old crummy carburetors in there, and then I'll put in my ultrasonic cleaner, and it just, man, they look new. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get those parts in there, blast them off real quick, and then you can see the difference. So you know what this looks like now. Grimy. You know, it'll clean this brass up really nice too, but it shouldn't damage anything. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and toss those parts in there, and then take like 5 minutes. This place is gonna get a little cloudy in here because it's not that sealed, but I'll turn on my exhaust fan and we'll clear it out, and we'll be back to business. So anyway, here we go. Okay, so I got these soda blasted and they look really good. And next up, I'm going to go ahead and toss them in the ultrasonic cleaner. So before I do that, I'll talk a little bit about my setup. So I went ahead and bought a 30 liter, the largest I could find, because this being a business, I do a lot of carburetors, so I can fit an entire rack of 4 carburetors assembled in this all at once, and that cuts down on time tremendously. And a lot of times, you know, they just need a minor cleanup, so if you don't have to disassemble them, that means you don't have to resync them and whatnot, so it just saves time. This is about 250 bucks whenever I bought it a couple years ago. It paid for itself within 2 jobs, so I highly recommend just forking out the dough and just getting the big one. You'll fit whatever, you'll just use it all the time. Like I'm gonna put, you know, the air box covers in here, you know, I do fork legs in there, anything that fits in there I put in there. So except for small children, don't do that, don't put small children in there. So anyway, I just got mine off eBay, and I usually run it about 50 degrees Celsius, and then I do hot water and then some mean green. I haven't actually used this purple concoction yet. I usually get the green stuff from Dollar General. So I'll try that on this, since I'm just doing some random bits. But like with a set of carburetors, for example, I'll do 2 cycles of 10 minutes and they're usually like good to go. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get this filled up, turn it on. It'll take a little while for the liquid to get heated up to where it needs to be, and then I'll run the Petcock through there, and it'll be, you know, it'll be clean in no time. So anyway, this is what I use, and again, I can't recommend getting the big one, you know, enough. So this will probably take at least 30 minutes to kind of get all the way up to 50 degrees Celsius, and you know, that's just kind of the name of the game. So if you fill it up with hot water to begin with, that cuts the time down, and this is hot water already. So if you started from 0, man, you'd be a couple hours in for sure. Alright, so I literally just plopped in the parts I had here, and I'm going to go ahead and fire this thing up. The audio is probably going to get all screwy because of the ultrasonic and stuff, so I'm just going to probably cut the audio, and then you'll be able to see this thing actually work. It's pretty cool. So, here we go. Fresh out of the cleaner. Just like new. The magic of ultrasonic. So I can go ahead and just reassemble that, and it'll be good as new. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you were able to learn a little bit. So in the next video, we're going to go ahead and move this bike, push it that last 5-10%, and then we're going to make it run. So we're gonna go ahead and focus on fuel lines. We're gonna do the ignition switch, a little work on the exhaust, and we're gonna hit the key and see what happens. But again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks.